What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the Remote Front Office. I know this was supposed to go up last night. I had some technical issues as far as getting everything uploaded, so this is going up the following morning. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We are reacting to these NBA Finals games normally the day they happen, and then we will get into draft stuff, and then we will also be live streaming draft coverage and discussing that once I get a little more involved with the draft prospects. Anyhow, Dallas ends up winning game 4. It is not a sweep. We still have basketball to continue watching, thank God. Um, but a couple of things I noticed, right? I still don't think this means Dallas comes back and forces game 7, right? I still don't think we're that far into it. I do think that they did expose a couple of things with Boston, right? Um, so if you look at team stats overall wise, for the first couple of games, it was Boston was making more threes than Dallas was even attempting. Um, we are now at the point where they basically broke even, right? Dallas was 15 for 37. Boston was 14 for 41. So that was difference number one I noticed. Difference number two is that the rebounds were dramatically different, right? So defensive rebounds, Dallas had 39, Boston had 27. It happens on misses. It is what it is. Offensive rebounds, though, you had Dallas with 13, Boston with 4. Boston's or Dallas's bread and butter to get here, right, was you had the other guys contribute. Nobody really had a breakout game in this game. Obviously, some of the Boston guys got pulled a little earlier, so their stats look a little worse than they probably would have ended up being. But to have 13 offensive rebounds, it comes down to a couple of things, right? Derek Lively looked more like himself. He looked more energized. He was getting boards. He got offensive rebounds, putbacks, dunks. He had a 3 at one point, which don't expect that to be the normal. The assist numbers actually favored Dallas today. That's pretty much been a Boston stat through and through, as Boston's more of just the swing, extra pass shot. And normally it's been Dallas. It's been kind of a one-on-one creating team, and that's how they're getting their buckets. Um, Dallas did lead in steals today, and Dallas was better in turnovers today. Um, so I think between that, obviously the points in the paint were a dramatic difference, but that's just how Boston plays, right? They're very much the three math is going to work out. There's no need to worry about the points in the paint difference. So all in all, I think that Dallas played a really good game. They did have 11 more shot attempts than Boston did, and that's because of those offensive rebounds. I just don't know if it's sustainable, right? You got it done once. It was in Boston. You had it where, pull it up here. I mean, nobody really jumps off the stat sheet other than Tim Hardaway Jr. having 15 points, who's been in very limited minutes for most games. But I personally think that's due to the blowout. PJ Washington still only had 6. Derek Jones still only had 5. Luka ended with 29. Kyrie ended with 21. Again, not like, oh my God, performances from these guys. I would just say really solid performances. Derek Lively having a double-double, I think, really, really helped this team. And Dante Exum having 10 points was a big factor. But I think they just started to care a little more defensively today, right? That's been the gripe I've had with them all series, is it seems like Luka's kind of just a turnstile, and if you get him in a matchup, you go by him, it is what it is. And then on the other end, if he doesn't get a foul, he's spending 5 minutes talking to the ref while Boston's going down getting a 3 or getting a layup or something, right? Boston, again, I think there's been this expression that goes around, obviously, you can't fake desperation. And I don't think Boston had the desperation today, right? They kind of got that feeling a little bit midway through game 3, right, where you got to like that third quarter and it kind of started to go back in Dallas's favor, and you could tell because Boston was kind of slowly dribbling the ball up, taking some bad shots, not really locked in, right, and then they locked back in, won that game. And it looks like the lock-in it never came today, right, or well, yesterday technically. I think Boston coming back home for game 5. Porzingis still being a possibility. Obviously, Porzingis for game 4 was a break glass in case, and I think the lead just got too big, and I think Missoula kind of saw where the game was going, didn't want to risk further injury, said, okay, sit him, give him a couple extra days, because I believe the next game is Monday. So give him those couple extra days, let him rest it out, and then we'll probably bring him off the bench, give him a little bit of minutes, see how he feels for Game 5. Tatum and Brown, again, neither of them broke 20. I think that's slightly a big issue. But again, I think it was between pulling everybody early and kind of just they both of them didn't even play 30 minutes. I think it was just kind of a hey, we've got this series pretty much wrapped up. We're going to take our time. We're not going to necessarily overdo it for Game 4. Pull them early, let them rest, and go from there. But yeah, so I know shorter recap here. We'll have more in-depth stuff for Game 5. I just kind of wanted to cover Game 4. But yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.